This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
It's Sweep Sunday here on the Reds Postcast. Welcome to another installment brought to you by our friends at Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network. My name is Tim Daniel, and I have been podcasting about the Cincinnati Reds for over 5 years at publications such as Late Night Reds and The Riverfront. And thank you all so much for hanging out with me today as we celebrate a sweep over the Cleveland Guardians, baby. And what an excellent day, an excellent weekend at the against the Guardians here at GABP. If you are just checking me out for the first time today, welcome. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with me. If you are an everydayer, we definitely thank you guys as well. Be sure to spread the word out for us as well. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube or your podcast app of choice. You can also get my good friends, Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker, on Monday through Friday on Locked On Reds on this very feed. Like I said, whether it's there on YouTube or your podcast app of choice. On today's show, Will Benson, copy, paste. Every day, we're talking Will Benson of late. And you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. We're going to talk about Andrew Abbott's start today. And I have a little bit of a thought process I want to run by you guys. And I'm really curious what you have to say. I can't wait to see your comments when I say it in that segment. And should we cue lover boys? Everybody's working for the weekend, because the Cincinnati Reds are drastically better on the weekend than they are during the week. And I'm going to break into that as well. And we already have it. Patrick is the number one Will Benson fan, is already fired up. He says, Will Benson's my hero and I will die for him. Whoa. All right. Had to seal my wife's ride because the Reds swept the Guardians. Sticks and tape. I like it. Sweeping is fun. Branch Brown. John saying, beam me up, baby. Nikita back to 500. Keep it rolling versus Pittsburgh. I love it. The vibes are high today. Everyone's in a good mood because the Reds have proved to the Cleveland Guardians when it comes to the Ohio Cup, they're the twos and we're the ones. Let's get right to it, everybody.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Will Benson. Will Benson. Will Benson. Will Benson. Will Benson. And more Will Benson, because Will Benson is now officially made himself the MVP of the Ohio Cup, barring any insanity coming, and the 3-game set in June in Cleveland, which, I mean, the Reds only have to win one, and they clinched the cup. 5 home runs in 4 games. 29 at-bats in the major leagues this year. 5 home runs. Good for 4th on the major league roster already. 29 at-bats. He's just standing behind Matt McClain and Austin Hayes, who each have 6, and Ellie De La Cruz, who has 8. And we talked about this quite a bit in the sense that he's just kind of become the spark, right? Like, this offense needed a spark really bad, especially coming out of that sweep against Houston. They really needed something. Not a sweep against Houston, but that Sunday game and then the Friday game when they also got shut out as well. I meant to say shut out, not sweep there. But having Benson come in and just kind of lift everybody up. Everybody seems like they're in better spirits. The team is like playing much better together. Like the defense, since he's been back in the whether he's been playing right, center, or left, the outfield defense has been better. And we've been talking all year. I mean, all off season, all last season, basically since 23, this team needs to go get more outfielders. And so far, the guys they have brought in to play outfield, whether it's Austin Hayes, Gavin Lux, or Will Benson, have really kind of stepped up and have really kind of taken advantage of this. And they've all 3 been really good for this team. Rhys Hines, I know the numbers aren't great necessarily, but the clutch home runs have been humongous so far. So having him come around as well has been fantastic. This just feels like it's a team that really needed this spark. And to have him come in and do it, something where we were looking for them to go out and get guys, and you don't have to worry about it because he comes up from Louisville. And I saw in one of my group chats, my buddy James Urban, who was a friend of mine in my days at the Riverfront, tweeted his Will Benson idea is send him down for a week and bring him back up for 3 weeks every time, because it seems like when he gets called back up is when he goes crazy and he gets on these hot runs. So, again, I know it's an extremely small sample size. We're talking about 29 at bats. I think 33 plate appearances if we count as walks. So that's pretty solid as well, obviously. Let me go ahead and just make sure I have that correct. I can't tell you guys a fact and it be incorrect. That wouldn't be like me at all, would it? Okay, maybe it would. So he has now 30 at bats. Sorry. So I was already off to a bad start. And he has 3 walks. So in the last 7 games, he has a OPS of 1.182. On his season so far, his OPS is 1.357. And he looks great. So I hope it keeps going. I know you guys are having fun with it as well. This has just kind of been pretty awesome for him. I'm sure, especially going against his former team, a team that traded him for Steve Hazard, who the Reds got in the Spencer Steer, Tyler Mahle trade and has not been heard from since. So we're going to hope the best for him because I think this is something the Reds really needed, obviously. And we would really love to see Will Benson. He's like an easy dude to root for, right? Just super easy, super likable, and just brings in games like this. And now is for sure leaps and bounds the front runner for the Ohio Cup MVP. So we will take it and bring it into Pittsburgh. We got 2 big division games coming up, 2 big division series coming up, I should say. So if he wants to go to PNC Park and hit a few more there and do a little Barry Bonds home style there, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. We all will, especially now that you know he's played all 3 outfield positions this week. So this has been awesome. And shout out Will Benson for an unbelievable weekend. We can't thank you enough as Reds fans for sticking it to the Guardians, who I really don't dislike the Guardians at all. I mean, I root for Cleveland teams outside of the Guardians, obviously, not the Browns. So I guess just the Cavs, but you get the gist. So I love that Jake calls him his spirit animal. That's pretty funny. Says, hey, Pittsburgh, my area locked in from Eastern Ohio. What up? So there we go now. Brandon Kamick says, trade him now to World Series hopefuls to plug in at cleanup versus the Guardians if they sneak in there. I don't want him traded, but I know what you're saying. You are my guy, Brandon. It's good to see you. So Will Benson obviously gets the model of the praise for today. But let's go ahead and let's talk about Andrew Abbott here. And I want to get into his start he had because he was pretty excellent today. And we now bear the question. What does it look like if Andrew Abbott can get his walks in order? We'll talk about that and more right after this. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help you keep going fuller and longer. I love the no-shell variety, and they have so many good flavors such as smoked barbecue, jalapeno lime, and many others. And if you are someone who's like, man, I do just like to have that feeling of cracking a shell, they have those with you for you as well as an option. So get snackin' and get crack with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and right now, every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's an even better time to get into the action with FanDuel. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. I can't believe I'm saying this. Those who know me know I absolutely love covering the Reds. But basketball is where my heart fully lies. And I have a little parlay for my Pacer fans who hate me very much here on the odds. So Wednesday, game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals at Madison Square Garden, the Pacers and the Knicks. I love the Pacers plus 4.5 on the spread, and Tyrese Halliburton over 31.5 points, rebounds, assists, currently at plus 171. New to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel and place your first $5 bet. If you win, you get $200 bet in bonus bets. Make every day more with FanDuel, the official betting partner of the NBA. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me today as we celebrate the joy of a sweep this week for the Cincinnati Reds as they take advantage of a victory over the Cleveland Guardians by a final of 3-1. If you are checking me out for the first time, thank you so much for hanging out. For all of our everydayers, thank you for coming back every day as well. Oh, Nikita right here talking about Wonderful Pistachios, one of her favorite snacks. And yeah, the bullpen could definitely use a quality start from Nick Lodolo in a big day of offense. I completely agree. So let's go ahead and as well, and let's chat about where this game kind of became in hand for the Cincinnati Reds.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
It's the weekend of Will Benson. I don't know what more we could do here. I mean, I feel like Will Benson deserves all this praise this week, and rightfully so. So his second homer today makes it a 3-0 game. And Cleveland does score a run after that, but that was all they could get across, and as the Reds win 3-1. So as great as Will Benson was, and he certainly was great, I really love the day the Reds got from Andrew Abbott. Now, 3 walks in 5 innings is not great, but not terrible. But an excellent 5 innings pitch, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits, 3 walks, 43 strikeouts in 35 innings this year, guys. He has a 1.8 ERA. He has been tremendous. The thing with him now is just kind of getting these walks down. And if they can get the walks down, you're talking about a guy who can give them 6-7. You guys are talking about in the chat right now. They need a long start from Nick Lodolo tomorrow. I think Andrew Abbott is certainly capable of having those starts for the Reds, especially if he can get these walks down. If he gets the walks down, he's excellent. I mean, his whip still looks really good on the season. Let me pull it up real quick just to make sure. I looked at it just a second ago. His whip currently is at 1.11. But how many games does he have where he's had 4, 5, 3 walks, things like that, in these shorter outings? Colorado was one, but he still is managing to give you guys excellent games. I don't think it's out of my element, and I'm curious your guys' thoughts here. If Andrew Abbott gets these walks in order, could we be talking about him being a selection for the All-Star team? I mean, Hunter Green is probably going to make the team if he gets more, because it seems like he's going to be back to starting if he keeps doing what he's been doing. But is it possible for the Reds to get 2 starters here? I mean, there's a lot of really good pitchers in the National League. I understand that. But I bet if you put Andrew Abbott's numbers up against a lot of those guys, he's definitely going to have a conversation. So certainly a possibility. I don't know if I'm just way over my skis here. I might be and just feeling the vibes and feeling really good from the win. But I certainly think he deserves the conversation at this point. And so I'm curious, anyone in the chat who wants to throw in that as well. We got to get your thought there. So Jake says right here, had to watch the Cleveland broadcast because of the MLB TV blackout, but they were impressed with Andrew Abbott. My wife's uncle, who's a diehard Guardians fan, is like obsessed with fantasy baseball, has been in this league that he's had for about 15 years. And every year since Andrew Abbott's come up, he always drafts him and always puts him on his team. This year he was hurt, drafted him. So when he comes up, I know he's going to be able to, go through here. So I think that he's been really great. And obviously, probably been their second best pitcher consistency wise for the starters behind Green. I know Lodolo's had some ups and downs. Nick Martinez has been really good of late, but started off slow. Brady Singer has been a little up and down. So this is going to be, I'm really excited to see what we're getting from him. And I'm really, really happy for that as well. And guys, I want to get to something real quick here because there's a trend here. And I'm curious if you guys' thoughts on as well. If you even care about this, if I'm just like finding things to talk about here. But Mr. Juan says Will Benson Hall of Fame, and I am all for that. But first, let's go ahead and get to our Locked On Player of the Game. Spoiler alert.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Hey, it's Will Benson. I don't know. Did you guys not expect that? I don't know who else would it be. It's Will Benson. But Kevin asks here, is Fraley hurt and that's why Benson's playing? Just subscribe. Thank you. Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. I think so. Like we heard that he had this issue for a while, right? Had the ball bounce off his thigh and then just haven't seen him again. And I don't know. I don't know if you can turn to him again. So we'll see how that goes. And Jim says this podcast needs to refer to Will Benson as Reds legend Will Benson moving forward. Jim, some are saying Will Benson may be the greatest Red ever to wear number 30. Some. Okay. So if you saw the thumbnail, you see the caption there on the segments for the day. I've put together this thing where I'm looking at this conversation for the Reds, and it makes me listen to Loverboy's Everybody's Working for the Weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, weekend games. And one of the caveat to this is there was one 4-game set with Milwaukee early in the season that they lost the Thursday game. The Reds are 15-8 combined on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games this year, counting today. Friday, they're 5-2. Saturday, they're 6-2. And Sunday, they're now 4-4. So if you put that in context, they're 24-24 after today. So they're 500. So Monday through Thursday, they've won 9 games all year, and Saturday, and they've nearly doubled it on the weekend. The Cincinnati Reds are a weekend team. And I think that's a good thing. You know what? We have for free weekends for those of us who have desk jobs on the Monday through Friday. We want to go watch the Red Legs on the weekend. it seems like we're going to be having a good time with the way they've played on the weekend so far this year. These Friday, Saturday, Sunday days seem to be their days. That's the days they click in. That's the days they're ready to roll and give you guys a show. And boy, have they been giving us a show on those days during the week. So need to see it step up a little bit during the week as well. But right now, seems like it's going pretty well. And look, if this is true, then these next few weekends are pretty good. You got back-to-back weekend series against the Cubbies. That's obviously games you need to find a way to be competitive in. After the Cubbies, you got Arizona, pretty good. You got the Detroit Tigers, the best team in the American League. The Cardinals, who have been on fire in St. Louis, and the Padres, the Phillies, and the Rockies are your weekend series up to the All-Star break. So if they can keep this going on the weekends, maybe we got some going here. Yeah, Sydney says they need them to stay away from the Sunday streak like they have where you're with late night Reds. Whew, they had some rough ones like that. So yeah, absolutely. But hey, I can close out today saying it's a beautiful day to be a Reds fan. The Cincinnati Reds are victorious and need to go and take care of those bums from Pittsburgh. They once again find a way to not have to face Paul Skeens in this series. So that's pretty awesome. So you absolutely take that. So you feel like you got an advantage here. You feel like you have a chance to go out there and take care of business against the Pirates. If you get 2 out of 3 going into this series against the Cubbies, a sweep is great. 2 out of 3, I'll absolutely take as well. But the Cincinnati Reds are victorious today against the Cleveland Guardians, 3-1. The Reds have 3 runs on 9 hits, no errors. The Guardians 1 run on 9 hits, 1 error. Your winning pitcher today is Andrew Abbott. He's now 3-0 with a 1.8 ERA. Your losing pitcher is Luis L. Ortiz. He's now 2-5 with a 4.66 ERA. And the save goes to Emilio Pagán for his 12th and his 3rd save in a row. Whew. That got me nervous there for a bit, but he didn't take care of business. So the Reds are back at it tomorrow in Pittsburgh for game 1 of a 3-game set against the Pirates before they have an off day on Thursday. The Cincinnati Reds will be seeing Nick Lodolo take the hill. He is 3-4 with a 3.42 ERA, going against Mitch Keller, who is 1-5 with a 4.15 ERA. First pitch to be at 6:40, so he should see me around 9:15, 9:30 until as long as they don't go to extras. Everyone, thank you so much for taking some time to hang out with me today for just a few minutes. I am Tim Daniel. Go Red Legs. I will see you all tomorrow night.